Hello guys, hi everyone. So today we have with us Ojasvi, Shivansh and Vaishnavi talking about the SIMBI exam, and target is 95 percentile, 35 marks. So there are two target guys I want to talk about. A 35 marks target which is 95 percentile cutoff, so that I can get a call from colleges like SIBM Bangalore. And then second target become 99 percentile. So phase one, phase two. So I want from you is to guide me means my students, how we can achieve the target in the next 75 days. Because we have got exactly 75 days remaining for the exam. ना देखा जाए तो बहुत कम टाइम है, ना देखा जाए तो बहुत ज्यादा टाइम है. So I'll start with that first question for you, that how many months you have prepared. So this is my target which I normally show to everyone. First is target 15 marks, then 25, then 30, 35, 40, 41. So we'll gradually or step by step increase. So can you tell me how much you scored, how many months of preparation you had?
So I basically was doing my internship as well. So it took me about 5 to 6 months along with my internship to do it.
6 months
So,
for the SIMBI exam or for the other exams as well?
in general.
General preparation.
Yes.
We'll talk about the SIMBI specifically for the SIMBI. How much you prepare for the exam? So
okay, sir. So I'll go over it. Hello.
Right.
The preparation that is supposed to go for all the entrance exams that I've started for like around 3 months, I dedicated it.
Okay.
So I completed my college and I was doing it 3 months. And then for SNAP specifically, for certain areas of SNAP exam, the preparation that I did for other exams also helped. Since
Correct.
it's a speed-based exam, so I had to think a lot about accuracy. So, and I had to take mocks and other things. So for me, preparation for SNAP specifically rested on taking mocks, and the main agenda was to analyze those mocks because this is an
Right.
accuracy-based exam.
Correct,
So whatever
correct,
we took, and this does not have a sectional cutoff per se. So whatever were my stronger sections, after taking mocks, I used to make them stronger, and the other sections I used to work upon my, where I went wrong, note them down, rework on those aspects. This is something that it worked for me.
Correct. So, Jasvi, I got your point. So, what you are trying to say was, and what you are also trying to say is, if I'm preparing for the other exams as well, like CAT and other exams, so I'm automatically being prepared for the exam. So, मुझे अलग से, I just need to focus more on mocks, more on the strategy, because
Right.
the basic structure remains same.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
there are two kind of students. One, I'm giving CAT exam, and CAT के बाद maybe in the last 10-15 days, I can easily cover up the remaining topic. For example, I need to do verbal. Verbal may you need to focus more on vocab because there is no vocab in the CAT exam. So I can cover up that. And the second type of students who are very scared of the CAT exam, कि यार मेरा CAT अच्छा नहीं जा रहा. So let me immediately move the focus to the non-CAT exam. So in which SIMBI become the most important exam. So anyone among you was that kind of a student कि यार CAT तो हाथ से ज्यादा दिख रहा है. So rather than trying to be on a board which is already going to sink, let's switch the board to the other better exams.
Yes, sir. I would answer this. Not exactly. I thought that the CAT is or the other examinations are going out of my hand. But I did have a strategy that first of all, I'll be getting done with all of the major other examinations, other entrance examinations. And once I'm done with them, I'll have an ample amount of time, like you mentioned, 10 to 15 days to brush
Correct.
up on specifically on the LR topics, like
Correct.
coding, blood relations. These are not the topics which are common to all the examinations.
Correct.
More or less, cons remains the same. And talking about verbal, I used to read a lot. So it eventually helped me build up my vocabulary as well as the antonym synonym questions that happens. So I did prepare in these 10-15 days itself.
Correct. So this is what I want to tell everyone, that yes, you can crack the exam if you prepare for 10-15 days also, provided obviously you are prepared for the other exams. You have given CAT, you have prepared this. So if you're just waking up one day and you think to crack the exam, it's too late. It will be late for that day.
Correct.
Okay, superb. My next question is around the mocks. So how many mocks you gave? So Rupal, would you like to start with that? How many mocks you gave to reach this college?
Of course, sir. Hello, sir. I'm Rupal. So I gave 2 mocks.
2 mocks, 2.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Trust me, this is a motivating for everyone. Sorry, please. Carry on. I'll talk about myself.
Yes, so of course, sir. I gave two mocks, and both the mocks were competitive, and there was a lot of rethinking and a lot of practice which I realized after giving the mock, which I need to do to crack the examination. It was more like an open eye opener, and also I believe that it is very important to take mocks if you are appearing for an examination. It helps you better. It makes you prepared.
Correct. Shivansh, how many mocks you have taken?
Sir, I cannot recall exact number, but it was definitely more than 15.
15.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Vaishnavi, Ojasvi?
Sir,
Yeah, I think even I gave around 22, 23 mocks
20
because
mocks.
it's a speed-based exam. So you need to brush up on,
Correct,
you
correct,
need to
correct,
solve
correct.
questions quickly.
Correct.
The
Vaishnavi?
same goes for me also. I gave around 15 to 20 mocks because I wanted to, this is a different pattern exam. This is not like other examinations. Since pattern was the main, difference point here, I gave around 15 to 20 marks.
Superb. So that's why I'm looking at this while we talking to all the students from the past years. So we have 20 mocks. So if I want to give only one attempt, that's my advice. You are feel free to change or adapt as you want. If you're going to give only one attempt, obviously I can give all the 20 marks before the first attempt. If you're going to give two attempts, so I need 12 marks before the first attempt and 8 marks before the second attempt. And if you're going to go for the 3 attempts, 8, 6, 6 is a good number. And with this, I'll ask you my next question. How many attempts you have given for the SIMB exam? So 1, 2, 3.
Sure. So I'll talk about myself first. Sir, I gave all the 3 attempts.
Okay, all 3.
Yeah.
क्यों इसके पीछे रीजन क्या है? वर यू स्ट्रेस्ड आउट कि होगा कि नहीं होगा या डैडी के पास बहुत ज्यादा पैसा है कि उड़ाओ बेटा खर्चों का खर्चना है?
No, so the only reason was to divert my risk. I distributed my risk. I tried my best because this was the only attempt I was looking for.
Correct. So guys, I've shared with you the link for the YouTube. You already have that link, right? So you have to check the chat there because a lot of students are going to ask question to you. So I want to make it as engaging as possible. Yep. So please take up the question from there as well. So Golu, Prarthana, Prasad, Sankalp, Vidhuri. Hi everyone. So if you have any question, please free to ask, and they will pick up as we go along. So we'll just try to make it as interactive as possible, so that all of them can put in the values. So we at CTE also have our website dedicated. This year we have launched a dedicated site for the SIMB exam because if you want to find dedicated information for SIMB, is very difficult to find. So you want to go for the actual papers or the score versus percentile, snap cutoff, snap dates, everything. You need to snap ranking syllabus. So you can find it on this site, snapking.in. The link I'm going to post in the description box as well. So guys, you can check it out. And we're launching this 2 months to SIMB program, which will cover up your mainly vocab and grammar because that is not done anyway, because that's not in the CAT other exams. And logic, traditional logic, like you said, coin decoding, Dyson sense, I need to focus on that. Mocks, quant is same, and mock strategy. SIMB ka the best part is you have only 1 hour. The paper is only for 1 hour. तो 1 घंटे की बात है यार. You can anyway give a mock. In fact, I normally joke around that for a Mumbai student, it'll take you more time to reach the center than to actually give the exam because you are traveling that much to give the exam. Okay, so these are the target score for everyone. Obviously, the first mock score will be less. Start with the 15 to 20 marker range. That I'm sure आपका भी वही range में start हुआ होगा. So anyone remember your lowest mock score? So this is to motivate everyone कि यार all of these have scored more than 35 marks, approximately 35 marks. So we would be talking about your strategy as well. So किसी का कोई lowest score था क्या in a mock?
Yes, I mean, initially starting out, I was not getting a lot of marks because obviously, itna speed ka we are not used to it. You're not used to, solving a question within a minute and moving on to the next question. So, usme, especially you also have negative marking. So, because of that, I got less marks initially.
Okay. मैंने first mock दिया है, Nikhil is saying, and he got 14 marks. No problem at all यार. तुमने पहला mock तो दिया भाई, public तो अभी चालू भी नहीं किया है. And we can see the example here. People who have started preparing for the exam after the CAT got over. So don't worry, we have enough time. So, but I think it's a good thing you started. तो आपको क्या लगता है यार, how many mocks I should give before the CAT get over? Mean by November end, how many mocks I should give ideally? And then, of course, to do the last phase, I need to give more mocks. So अभी कितने mock CAT से पहले तक in next 2 months, how many mocks I should give? Once in a week or twice a week?
Right. Considering the fact that I believe that from my perspective, I believe somewhere around 20-25 mocks are good enough. So
Correct.
I believe that before approaching the exam itself, like as in the month of November, I believe somewhere around 10 mocks, if a person has given, he would be very much well acclimatized with the pattern of the examination.
Superb, superb, superb. And this is a full syllabus from the exam point of view. So we can see here, logic is totally new. Everything about logic is not covered in the CAT exam.
True.
Clocks and calendar, coin decoding, syllogism, input, output. So they are very much related to non-CAT exam. Maths, of course, is common. So maths is common. And then same from the verbal point of view, grammar and vocab. Vocab, bhar bhar ke aata hai yaar. If you can see here, so around 6, 7, 8 to 9 questions out of 20 or 15 are based out of vocab. So vocab is the most important part. Okay. So yeah, so guys, I'm giving you the opportunity now. So you guys feel free to talk about anything, whatever you want to talk about.
Sure, sir.
So Pranav got 22 marks. Can you see the chat?
Yes, sir.
तो इशिता ये आपके सामने पैटर्न आ गया है. इशिता is asking for the pattern for the exam. So ये आपके सामने है. So please take over the dice. Is all yours now.
Sure, sir. Before just hello guys. We are the students of SIBM Bangalore, and we are all a part of admissions committee as well. First of all, I would want my other members to introduce themselves.
Hi guys, my name is Vaishnavi. Ojasvi.
Hello people, I am Ojasvi Thane.
Right. So to begin with the session, first of all, we have a slide. We'll just tell you a couple of informations which are very much important for you to know. Could you please share the screen? Okay, guys. Is my screen visible? Please respond in the chat if possible.
Shivansh,
Go on. Yeah, go
Okay.
on.
All right. So first of all, I'll be talking about the paper structure. As you all must be aware by now that there are 3 major sections. First of all, the English usage and verbal ability. It has 15 questions in it, which carries 15 marks. Second section is analytical and logical reasoning section, which has 25 questions, carrying 25 marks. Number 3 is quantitative ability, which has 20 questions in it, carrying 20 marks. So which makes it a total of 60 questions and 60 marks in total. There is +1 for a correct answer. And also there is negative marking of 0.25. Next, please. Okay, so these are some of the most important that you should definitely remember. As the registration for SNAP has already begun, and it'll be closing on 23rd of November. Admit cards will be live on 4th of December for the SNAP Test 1. And for SNAP Test 2 and 3, the admit card will be live on 9th of December. Also, registration for SIBM Bangalore closes on 8th of December. So before highlighting this point, I would like to tell you all that in order to register for the SNAP examination, you need to go to the SNAP portal. We'll share the link as well. After registering for the SNAP examination, you also need to register for each and every program that different MBA colleges offer. For example, SIBM Bangalore's two major courses. Number one is the core MBA, and number 2 is business analytics. So you need to register for each of them in order to be eligible to become a part of the course. Then I'll be telling you about the 3 dates on which the SNAP examination will be happening: December 10, December 17, and December 22. Announcement of the result for the same will be on 10th of January. Now we'll be opening the floor for questions. Any of your questions will be taken by us. Please put it in the chat.
So guys, just a bit of information. The Symbiosis is also giving the mock tests that will be up, which is on 27, 28, and 29. Please register for them so you guys can understand how the snap tests is, and it is from the official website as well. I would recommend everyone for you to please give the mock to have an idea and to, get your scores and, understand your sectional wise strengths as well.
Okay, so guys, we have a few questions in the comment section. One is how tough is the PI rounds? I think we'll give our individual experience for that. So firstly, if I talk about myself, PI round was, to be very honest, it was more about what I've done till now. So if you are well versed with, what, say, for example, if you are WorkX, so what projects you were working on? And if you're a fresher, what all did you do? Like, how well versed are you with the subjects that you studied? And even like, any assignments that you took up, any committees you were in, maybe in your undergrad and cultural fest, whatever that you like. So it is not very difficult. It is more about, what you know. And it may also go around a bit around your knowledge about current affairs.
Okay, so about my experience, I didn't have any WorkX. I'm a fresher, and it was more about me as well. But for me, my PI round was revolving around my UG concepts and my current affairs. So we had a lot of discussion on the current affairs as well. So please keep your newspaper read every day. It is very useful if you start reading it right away and not keep it for the end. It helps you with your confidence as well. And I had more on some questions about myself and a lot of questions about concepts and some questions which is like static GK as well. So these are some areas that was covered in my PI.
Right. Talking about my experience, I had a couple of, first of all, I'll talk about my background. So I'm an engineer in computer science branch. So there were many questions revolving around my computer science branch. My domain knowledge check was being done. Number two, I also had a couple of internships during my undergraduation. So most of the time they used to ask me about what are my learnings from the internships and my experiences over there. So more or less my interview used to revolve around these points.
Rupal, can you talk about the placements?
Yes, there's a question about the placement scenario of SIBM Bangalore. So we offer a wide range of companies here. Our CTC was 13.48 LPA in 2023, and the highest CTC offered by our college last year was 21 lakh per annum. And we have approximately 125 plus companies coming onto the campus for recruitment, and out of which 65 plus companies were new. So overall, you will have a lot of opportunities for placements, and there are big companies like ABN, Bev, Deloitte, McKinsey, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan and Chase coming onto the campus. So we are looking forward to have you here.
True. So there is this question which is, I want to know about the SIBM Bangalore as a college. I saw that it's a student-driven college. As these students are currently studying there, can you say something about it? Ojasvi, Vaishnavi? Anyone?
Okay, so it is a student-driven college. Everything here, from the admissions to the placements, is taken care by the students. It gives a wide range of experiences and a lot of knowledge. We get to learn a lot of things. Being a part of admissions committee ourselves, it gives us a lot of knowledge. We are learning a lot of new things every day. And it helps us a lot after the college as well, working in a corporate, being in any kind of committees and clubs, and doing a lot of works at managing with the curriculum. It gives us the ability to increase our analytical thinking, our time management, people management, and other things. That is one of the great benefits of this college as well, that everything from the start to end is managed by students. It gives us a great confidence boost as well. Ojasvi, up to you.
Yeah, even I would say the same thing that, over here, like in SIBM Bangalore, everything is student driven, from your admissions to your placement process. And we have so many clubs. We even, we have jam nights in the campus wherein we have a club which is into singing, and we are just sitting at one place and enjoying the music. So we have everything that is, led by the students. So it is an amazing experience. You get to learn a lot. You know how things work. And, you also get to know how to work in a team. So that is, I think, extremely important in a corporate life.
Right. We have another question. Is there normalization in SNAP exam? No, there is no normalization as such. The authorities who make the SNAP paper try their best to keep the level of difficulty and each of the 3 exams to be more or less on the same side.
Okay, so we have another question. How's the faculty at SIBM Bangalore? So the faculties are absolutely amazing. We have an amazing set of faculties with a wide range of experiences in different domains and industries as well. They come up with their industry experiences. They come up with extreme level of knowledges. We have different case studies that we discuss in our classes that are industry-based case studies. It is real-time case studies as well. And they give us their inputs, they give us how to improve ourselves. And we have wide range of faculties from different domains. So anything you guys want to add up on this? Jasvi, Shansh?
Yeah, sure. So I am basically from the MBA Business Analytics program. And my background is that I come from a non-technical background. I've done my bachelor's in management studies. So I basically before coming here, I had absolutely no idea about how analytics works. But, because of the help of my faculties, they teach you from the scratch. So as on today, I can work with Python, SQL, and it is not something very difficult to learn because the faculty makes it very easy for you to understand. And our batch is extremely diverse. We have people coming in from different backgrounds. As I saw one of the questions that someone asked that I'm 30 years old, can I still do an MBA? Of course you can. We have people as young as 20 and going up to 34, 35. And, we have that sort of age bracket, and age doesn't really matter when you're doing an MBA. And in SIBM Bangalore, we have a wide demography when it comes to age and background.
Right, absolutely. And not just age, even other factors like where you're from and maybe what background do you belong to, maybe technical, even in this right now also we are all from different backgrounds. So I believe it doesn't really matter unless and until you have the willingness to learn. And also in order to, if you want to know much more about the diversity that we have at SIBM Bangalore, you may check out our page at Instagram as well, which is admissions__ SIBM Bangalore. We have another question. Does career gap creates problem? Okay, so I'll be the right person to answer this. I did have 1 year gap. So the thing is, unless and until you are able to justify your gap year during your interview, it won't create a problem. But if you're not able to justify it in the right manner, then it's definitely a problem for you.
One more thing is that one confusion that people get is that after completing your UG, not having any work experience or anything, giving the examinations in the end of the year and coming. Technically, it will be like you having 6 months of gap year, but it is not so. I did the same way. It is not considered as a gap year. So it's really, if you can justify it, as Shivansh told, it wouldn't be that big of an issue.
The next question is that, can someone please elaborate about the companies that come from marketing and HR? I think Rupal can know about that.
Yes.
Sure. So for marketing, we have AB InBev, Airtel, Big Basket, ITC, Marsh, Tata Motors. And for HR also, we have Deloitte, Expedia, Infosys, Titan Company, JK Tyre, Hyundai. And they do offer good packages as well. So yes, of course, Symbiosis Bangalore has a lot of good opportunities for marketing as well as HR and for all other streams for that matter. And the roles are also very nice. It comes with area manager, client relationship manager, for HR executive, HR BP, so a human capital consultant. So I believe this is what gives your career a good start. And yes, SIBM Bangalore has amazing companies looking forward. So,
Shivansh, I think there's a question about defense reservation.
So for now, I would like to highlight that there is no specific reservation for the defense. But we do have other reservations as well. For further information, you may check out the portal, Snap portal, as well as the SIBM Bangalore's portal.
I believe there's a question about scholarships as well.
Right. So we have a lot of scholarships, honestly. First of all, I would like to highlight the academic scholarship that we offer, which is given to the top 3 students of the batch, the top 3 scorers of the batch. We also have scholarships for international students, also for the people who have excelled in any of these sports. So and not just these are just 3 main sectors of scholarships that we offer. We have a lot more, and if you want to check, you can go to the SIBM's Bangalore's website for further information.
There's another question that please let me know about the SNAP exam pattern since it's a bit different. Okay, so for the SNAP exam pattern, there are 60 questions which you're supposed to solve in 60 minutes, and these are divided in 3 sections. One is the verbal ability, the next is logical reasoning, and the third one is quants. So the questions are more or less distributed equally. So in these 60 minutes, you are supposed to solve these 60 questions, and you can even switch in the section. So if you want to say do LR first, so you can start off with LR and then maybe move to verbal ability. So it totally depends on you which section you want to do first.
There is
adding on to that, we have an event that is called Symbiosis that we will be conducting soon. We'll release the dates soon as well. And to keep up with these things, we do post regularly on our SIBM admissions Insta handle as well. Please do check that out. So in Symbiosis, we will be giving out SNAP prep kits. We will be asking SNAP toppers of previous years to come and give their experience as to how better you can crack SNAP exam. So please do check that out. We will be providing SNAP preparation kits as well for different sections. You will have better idea as to how to crack those examinations. So please do check that out.
Right. What can be the ideal cutoff for SIBM Bangalore? So I would say, from my perspective, I believe somewhere around 90 plus percentile in the SNAP exam can be considered as a safe score for you. But it is subject to the level of difficulty of the examination, which varies every year.
So one thing that we've asked is, tell me the infrastructure about SIBM Bangalore. So we have, I'll talk about the infrastructure that is specifically there for curriculum, and Shivansh can take over for the sports facilities and gym facilities.
Yeah.
So for curriculum, we have the library, which is fully equipped with a lot of different various fictional, non-fictional, as well as educational books that's necessary for a student. We also have reading rooms where post the classes, we can go there and we can study. We have Bloomberg Lab, where our college is the second institute for having Bloomberg Lab as well. So Bloomberg Lab is very essential for all the students, especially the finance enthusiasts. So here you guys have a bigger opportunity to know about markets and know about the financial structures as well. Shivansh, over to you about the other infrastructures.
Sure. For any of these sports enthusiasts out there, there are a lot of facilities out there in our campus. We have a basketball court, we have a badminton court, an underground badminton court, as well as a volleyball court. And apart from that, we also have a very well equipped gym for all those willing to use it.
So the next question. Yeah.
I believe there's a question about placement figures and as the economy is struggling. So, of course, as the companies are growing, there is requirement for recruitment as well for all the companies. So there is a recruitment going on for different companies at the same point, and all the companies do come to our college to look forward to young minds, to fresh talents, and because the economy is struggling, it does not hamper any kind of recruitment initially. But it's of course the epitome of the benchmark we set for our students and the companies have from our students, which we always live up to. That is why SIBM Bangalore has always seen an increment in their placement figures. We have also seen increment from our past figures, like there are tremendous increment, like 19.61% increment in our placement figures. So we cannot really say that the economy, because of the economy, the placements are not doing good. Of course, they are really going good, and we are looking forward to much more higher numbers as well.
Right.
Thank you so much, Rupal. Another question is that I just started to prepare for exam and I just scored 16 only in the first mock. Give me the roadmap and suggestions for 40 plus. Okay, so first of all, obviously you've just started out, so it's okay to get that kind of score. Even I started off with a very low score. And I would like to say that for me, what strategy worked is that every day I would make sure that I'm doing a few questions of, say, LR, quants, and VA every single day. Even if I'm learning 2 or 3 new words, I'm doing it every single day and I'm consistent about it. So that is one thing that worked for me. And apart from that, I think giving a lot of mocks, because after all, it's a speed-based exam and you have to be very particular about your accuracy. So giving a mock and then analyzing it, because the mock is only an hour. So after that, it is very important to analyze what mistakes you made so that you improve that when you're giving the next mock. That is the only way you're going to improve.
Right.
Thank you, Jaspreet. So another question that we saw is, what about GD PI? So Symbiosis does not have a GED group discussion. We have a group exercise, which is GE, which is quite different from GD. So it is that we will not have a certain set topic and you guys will be discussing on it. So it's a group exercise. You'll be working as a team with your panelists and you will be evaluated based on that. So that is the first GE will happen and then you'll be gone to PI. So it is a combined score, GE and PI. It is not an elimination round. If you guys didn't perform well in GE, it doesn't mean that you won't do well in PI. Please have the confidence for the both. When it goes to PI, it will be more related. If you have work experience, the work experience, the PI will be driven more towards that. If you have internships, it will be spoken about internships as well, but it is not a set and fast rule that it will stick on to that. It might vary from candidates to candidates. So it is best that you know about yourself and you've gone through and you've brushed through the concepts. If you're a fresher, you've brushed through the concepts of your UG. If you're a work experienced person, know about the industry that you're working in, know about be thorough with the work that you've done. And more importantly, please be updated with the current affairs as well. Mostly current affairs based questions do crop up. So this is about the GEPI.
Right. And I would like to just add up a point, continuing to what Vaishnavi said. So there are a lot of people who think that there is no specific preparation required for the GEPI process. I actually do not agree with this point of view because of the fact that you need to keep up with the current affairs that are happening around you. And that does require a good amount of preparation, I believe, because it is a point which will definitely come up in either G or in PI. So please do keep up with the current affairs that are happening around. There is again a question about last date of registration for SNAP. I believe I have already covered this, but I'll reiterate. SNAP registration will be closing on 23rd of November, 2023. Paper is jumbled up or sectional. So we do have 3 sections, as I mentioned, and a candidate can actually switch from one section to another, depending upon your choices. There is no specific sectional time that happens.
Another question is that my quants is not very strong, what to do? So obviously there will be areas where you are stronger than the others. So what I did is that I played on my stronger points. So I made sure that my strengths are, like, for me, it was logical reasoning. So I worked really hard for logical reasoning. And I also made sure that, if you're saying you're not very good with quants, I would suggest don't leave it entirely, because sometimes, the questions can come which are easy to answer. And if you would have a basic knowledge about it, and if your concepts are clear about it, then you would be able to crack it. So I would suggest that, work on all of your areas. You still have a lot of time and you can crack it.
Okay, to adding on to Ojasvi's point, since this has no sectional cutoff, you don't have to worry if one section of yours is weaker. Try to strengthen the other sections as well. So this will boost your scores. And since there are 3 exams available, if you're giving 2 or more exams, you have better shot of getting in because the Symbiosis Institutes take best of the examinations. So that's something we can add on.
Right. What's the interview process like for freshers? So I am a fresher, guys. For me, most of the time, the interview revolved around the internships that I've done. they were in the domain of marketing and sales. So they really used to talk about it. They used to ask me what have I learned from these internships, not just my experience in it. And also the fact that I'm an engineer, as I mentioned earlier. So there were always questions revolving around my domain knowledge. I am a computer science engineer, so they used to ask me about various languages that I know, as well as the technologies that are happening around the world. Anyone, if anyone also wants to add.
No, sure, that's perfect. There's another question. I'm a fresher. I don't have any internship. Do I have a fair chance of getting the admission? So I'm a fresher and I didn't have any internship as well. It is not majorly a negative point. There is a fair chance if you do well in your SNAP examinations in GE and PI. That wouldn't be a negative point. It all matters as to how you perform in the GE and PI.
Is there GK in SNAP examination? No, we do not have a GK section in the SNAP examination.
There's another question. What is the ratio of freshers to working students in SIBM Bangalore? Vaishnavi, would you like to answer that?
Sure. So we have a very diverse group of, students that we have in our colleges as well. So we have around 60% freshers and 40% of work ex people. So this mix gives us a very good idea of very good mix of both the worlds, and it helps us in our curriculum as well. Having different ideas cropping up when we're having case studies and other things gives us a very good advantage while we're working as a team, and it gives us a broader idea of the market as well.
Since I have not decided on my specialization and I want to add on some courses in my CV, so are there any courses which you all can recommend? So for me, I had an access to Coursera, wherein I pursued a couple of courses. For me, the interest was pretty much clear that I want to pursue marketing or sales. So I used to pursue the courses which were somewhere or the other related to these two specific domains. And if you want to know which domain do you exactly like, so I believe you should give a try to various different other courses as well of different domains.
Okay, so I had a confusion about my specializations as well. So we have LinkedIn Learning that you guys can check out as well. Coursera is one of the education platforms that you guys can check out. So for me, I did have a lot of questions about my specializations. When you come into the college, you have some amount of time to have an idea of what specialization you want, since the first year will be general courses. And when you come inside the college, you will be given ideas about all the specializations as well. So adding on courses to your CV, I would suggest not to put a lot of stuff on your CV. Try to keep it to something that you think you can talk about and you think you have interest towards it.
The next question is, what are the consulting roles offered over there? Mukul, would you like to take that question?
Sure. So we do have a lot of consulting roles coming in. We have human capital consultant, we have associate consultant, we have finance consultant, we have also business analytics and business consultant people. So there are, for diversified fields and specialization, we have consultant roles coming for all of it. So no need to worry about it. We also have another question here. I'm looking forward to take finance. Which companies hire from this college and what kind of roles? So for finance, we have CRISIL, Dell, JP Morgan and Chase, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo. And some of the major roles which come in is credit risk, commercial banking, finance analysis expert, cybersecurity risk and regulatory, product control analytics, and many more. So we have a lot of roles as well a lot of companies which come for finance. So no need to worry about it.
Well, there's also a question about roles in marketing, if you can answer that.
Of course, sure. So for roles in marketing, we have area manager, area sales manager, client relationship manager, high-end specialist, functional architect, product merchandiser, and many more such roles do come, which are marketing focused and which will help you to start your career. And a lot of marketing companies also come in, which offer these roles. So we have AB and Bev, Airtel, Big Basket, ITC, Marsh, which come from the campus for recruitment.
Thank you so much. there's a question about how to prepare for mocks and how to analyze them. Ojasvi and Shivansh, would you like to take it up?
Yeah, sure. So you're saying that give 20-25 marks mocks and then analyze it properly. Okay. So I think different strategy works for everyone. For me, what I did is first I did basics about every topic and then I will give mocks. Because I wanted to know what I'm doing. If I'm giving the mocks without even knowing what type of questions can come, then I'm just wasting that mock. So what I did is that I first studied about all the topics that will come. I got a basic understanding on that, and then I built on my understanding and knowledge about those topics via mocks and its analysis.
Right.
Shivansh?
I believe, as Ojasvi said, the strategy varies from person to person. For me, what worked was the fact that I used to give, as I already mentioned again, that I had prepared for other examinations as well, which did help me in building up my fundamental concepts. So all I gave for which the reason I actually gave multiple mocks for the fact that I wanted to get easily acclimatized with the pattern of the snap. More or less, my fundamentals were being built. So I believe that before November, if you give 10 to 12 mocks, it is actually a good number.
So adding on to that, my preparation strategy was like I had taken 20 mocks, about 20 mocks. So I had my weaker sessions, I had my stronger sections as well. Since it did not have any sectional cutoff, I tried to strengthen my sections, and I try to work upon, there will be some basic questions in the weaker sections as well, which we can crack. Try to concentrate on those questions, and you can have different, mock strategies. Like, since it's accuracy what matters, it doesn't matter if you do a lot of questions and a chunk of it is wrong. So it matters that you're confident on the questions and the concepts that you do know and work on those, and then give mocks, because giving mocks continuously and not analyzing them, as just we said, it's not going to be as useful as it is supposed to. So analysis of the mock is more important. This is how I did my strategy. I did my preparation.
Right. Is there agribusiness management course in SIBM Bangalore? No, we do not have any specific course for agribusiness management. We have a offering of MBA core program, and we also offer business analytics program here.
Another question is that what are your backgrounds? So I come from a BMS background, and my specialization was marketing, and I'm currently studying in the MBA business analytics domain.
So my background is BCom accounting and finance. Right now I'm doing MBA core.
Okay. I am from engineering background. I did my engineering in the field of computer science, and now I'm here pursuing my MBA in core. I'm in my first year right now.
Rupal?
I'm from BCom background, specialized in marketing, and I'm pursuing core, looking forward to marketing as specialization.
There's another question on gap years. A person is asking, do gap years matter? As I have a gap of 2 years, and I have given few attempts of MBA entrance exams as well. And so now banking, and actually justify it in BI. Like how to justify it in BI?
I believe that.
Would you like to go first?
Okay. So okay, so this is if you can justify this, and this is you've given your entrance examinations and other things. So while admission, you will have to give a gap certificate, which wouldn't be that much of an issue. But for PI, I don't think it's certainly a negative area, since you've been giving examinations after examinations. So I don't think that would be much of a difficult negative point for you. What mocks do you suggest for SNAP? So for now, we have the mocks that's coming up by Symbiosis as well. You guys can register it. The dates are 27, 28, and 29. We would highly recommend that you guys give those mocks and have an idea about how the SNAP exam would be. So anyone else wants to add on to that?
Just a reminder that the last day to register for these mocks is tomorrow. So if you are interested in these mocks, please register for them.
Right. Can I get the educational loan for SIBM Bangalore? Yes, you can. Is it necessary to focus on reading comprehensions or not? So as you must be aware already that there are other entrance examinations which have much more weightage for reading comprehensions. So I believe it is important, but considering specifically from the perspective of SNAP, I believe you should also focus on other segments of verbal section as well.
Adding on to that, reading comprehension would increase the speed of your reading. So it might not be as helpful as it's supposed to, but it will be, since it's a speed-based exam, anything that's going to increase your speed as to understanding the question is always helpful. So for the registration link, we will be posting the registration link as well. And you guys can check out the Snap Test ORG. That's the registration link for SNAP exam.
Next question is that what special topics do we need to take care of? So the topics, more or less, if you are studying for all exams, topics are more or less the same, but as Rao sir mentioned before, that certain topics are different, like for LRDI, for LR, there are certain topics like clocks and calendars, and all of these topics are new, and you can work on these topics. And apart from that, in verbal ability, there is a lot of focus on vocab and grammar. So I think these are the topics that you really need to brush up on.
True. And talking specifically about quants, I would say that there has been a trend that for me, it worked again. There are different sections in which quants is divided. A major section accumulates to arithmetic. There are topics like time, speed, and distance, time, and work. These are very much important topics. And I believe you should definitely practice much more on such topics, which are very much repetitive.
One question is that how is growth after MBA from SIBM? So the growth, primarily I would talk about the learnings that you get here. Since it's a student-driven college and we have a lot of collaborative works that we do, the learnings here is humongous. You guys, we as well are learning more and more about team management and our conceptual knowledge, since our curriculum is always revised year on year. It is very helpful for us as well. And in terms of the growth, we are equipped with a lot of different skills throughout our MBA journey. So can the others throw some light onto this as well?
Yeah, of course. So one is that it is a student-driven college, so you get to do everything, you get to experience everything. And we also have corporate interactions in our college. So for that, basically industry leaders who have worked in the industry for 20 years, 30 years, and are in huge positions, they come to our college and they talk about their experience. So their experience, the knowledge that they have about that domain is very important and very helpful to us. So even that is something which gives you a big exposure.
Okay. I'll take up the next question. Is the difficulty level of all the three papers of SNAP test different? No, they are more or less on the same scale. And I believe how you perceive the paper also depends on the preparation level of each and every candidate. You might be very good at specific sections and you might find that this specific paper is easy and the other one is not that easy. So it more or less the level of difficulty is same in all the three papers.
Yeah, adding on to that, sectional wise also, it's a real subjective as to one person might have a stronger section, the other person might have another stronger section. So there is no per se that all the three difficulty levels is going to vary. Primarily, all this difficulty level is kept to the similar levels as well. So it depends on you and you try to work upon your stronger sections.
Right. Want to know about SIPs or Rupal, if you can.
Sure. So SIP is basically a 2-month program, and there are various companies who offer SIPs as well as give a lot of roles, and it is more like a learning curve, as it's also part of curriculum. So students take it very seriously, and there's a lot of initiative taken by the companies to recruit these people. That is the reason we get a lot of PPOs, which is pre-placement offers through SIPs, because our students perform so spectacularly good in their summer internship program.
Right. How many paper preferable, 2 or 3? So I'll talk about myself first. I gave all the 3 attempts of the snap, and just for the reason that this was the only year I decided on to. I was pretty much clear that this year I'll definitely pursue an MBA. So I was sure to pursue an MBA this year. That's why I tried to distribute the risk. What about you guys?
So I gave 2 out of 3 papers. So that was something that, I felt was going to be the best for me. The first examination, I had the idea, and since it was a different experience from all the other, entrance examinations, and I was also keen on, having an MBA this year, starting an MBA this year. So the second and the first, giving 2 attempts was the best way to go about for me, or just me.
Yeah, even I gave 3 attempts because even I had the same reason as Shivans, that I really wanted to do an MBA this year from Symbiosis. So that's the reason why I gave 3 attempts. Another question is, when does the FY start? So the academic year basically starts in the month of June, and we are divided on 4 semesters. Next question is, grammar is weak. So if your grammar is weak, then I think you can refer to a lot of YouTube videos there to explain easily on how to go about it. And, grammar is something which you can work on with practice. So as many mocks as you give, you'll understand, how are you supposed to solve these questions. You can look at tips and tricks to solve these questions in a comparatively lesser amount of time. And I think that will equip you with that.
One thing, guys, you guys have time. Do not get disheartened if if your marks and percentiles not coming up. If you have weaker sections, that's all right. We do provide a lot of preparation kits, and we have a lot of things that we have it in pipeline for you guys as well. Please do check out our Instagram handle, SIBM Admissions Instagram handle, and it's okay if you guys have a little bit of fear. We all had it ourselves. We are not foreign to those feelings. So you guys, please be consistent with your mock and analysis. That is most important. Giving mocks is not as important as the analysis part. And Shivanshu or just me, if you guys want to share your experiences on this.
Just feel that.
The next question is that, are the snap mocks by Symbiosis free? So yes, the snap mocks are free. You can register for them and give them and get an idea about how basically the questions could be and where do you stand.
Can you guys share your LinkedIn IDs? Yes, sure, we can. And we are from the admissions committee, and not just our LinkedIn. We also have an Instagram page for admissions committee for all of you to know about what is happening in the campus, what all activities happen, the various different kinds of functions that we have across the months. So for that, you can also follow our page on Instagram, which is admissions__ SIBMP.
Okay, guys, I think we have taken pretty much all of the questions, and now I think we can wrap up this session. Thank you so much, everyone, for your questions.
Thank you so much, guys. It was very nice interacting with you, guys.
I hope all of you have certain valuable takeaways from our session. And wishing you all the best for the upcoming examination. We really wish to see most of you guys here with us on the campus.
That's true.
And if you have further questions, you can, of course, go to our Instagram page and DM us your questions. It will be taken care of.
Sure.
Please feel free to, ask us any questions regarding the college and the snap exams as well. We are very, we have our Instagram account as well, and you can follow us in LinkedIn as well.